Hey guys, my name is Ray, and today's the day that I ask you guys. What the fuck did he just say? So I've been really wanting to do this video for a while, guys, because I actually had a dream about Game of Thrones, and I know it sounds crazy, but that's a whole different video. But I had a dream, and in that dream I had dreamt like the Night's King basically, and it was like a scene or something. And in the dream it was like the Night's King was communicating telepathically, right? And it looked dope in my head, what I envisioned, but I just really wanted to do a video about the White Walkers and communication and how they talk to each other and if they even speak at all. And I just wanted to touch on some of these things and see what you guys think as well. I hope you guys enjoy it. But the White Walkers, the others, these dudes seem apparently not to talk much. And I mentioned both of their names in book and in show because they're very different in each one. For example, in the prologue of the Game of Thrones, Will hears the voice of the others, and it sounds like the cracking of a winter lake. Now, the interesting thing is that when we see here in this clip is that it kind of, to me, sounds like a high-pitched screech. It doesn't sound like cracking anything. But there's another interesting fact about the pilot and the development of the languages on the TV show. Now, the man who developed the Valyrian and Dothraki languages for the show, David J. Peterson, he also developed a spoken version of what the White Walkers or others are supposed to speak or talk as, and or language for them, right? And it's basically called Skroth. And Skroth never made it onto the show. Now, in the book series of A Song of Ice and Fire, Onan states that, or says, that the others lay with women and have half-breeds. So, in the TV show, from what they've taken from the source material, of course, because the books is the main source material, but in the show, there's no indication of this. There's no, there's no proof that this is happening, or nothing indicates to me, at least, that is happening within the show. But there, to me, is a pretty practical reason why the White Walkers do not speak or wouldn't speak. And the only White Walker that I think does speak is the Night King. And I'm going to get into that right now. So let's start off with the only White Walker who I think actually speaks. It makes logical sense why he would at least know the common tongue if he doesn't speak out of his mouth. And that is the Night's King, right? Or the Night King, better said, right? Because that S makes all the difference. But the Night King, as we saw in Season 6, was a grown man when he was turned into the White Walkers by the Children of the Forest. And for some reason, he was gagged. And yeah, he was screaming, but to me this gives me an indication that, he probably could have given them up or something, or alerted someone. But I don't know. It kind of maybe feeds into the fact that he spoke the common tongue. He knows how to speak. He wasn't a mute or whatever, So, but all right, that's not a big point. Now, remember that reference from the books that I said earlier about the lake cracking? That's how it sounds when the others speak in the books. Now, I believe that this is the main reason why possibly the White Walkers and possibly the Night King does not speak at all as well. Because maybe it is forcing, like maybe it's kind of hard for them to speak, or maybe they just can't speak physically because they're made of ice. So I understand that. And to me, when you have the information from the books, and now you could maybe, all right, I understand why they might not be able to speak overall. But the Night King does know the common tongue. He knows English, basically, or whatever language you're hearing your show in. So it's interesting because for some reason we have also assumed that he has similar powers to Bran, like green seeing or whatever. So I've just imagined, like I said, I had a dream, and I saw like he was communicating to people in the dream telepathically. It was like I was watching an episode of Game of Thrones, and it's funny that I go back to that, but this is where the idea for this video came out of. And it would be interesting to see if he could communicate with others telepathically. Now, another thing with me is that the babies, the White Walkers, do not speak the common tongue because they do not have someone there to speak it to them. I mean, of course, you do not know how to speak English or whatever language you speak if you do not have your parents or whoever is bringing you up speaking to you. That's how you learn. Repetition, you're hearing the same thing over and over again, and then you expand your vocabulary the more new words you hear. So if in the Lands of Always Winter the Night King cannot speak, or the other White Walkers cannot speak amongst themselves, they have to have their own way or language amongst themselves. And they maybe most likely understand this screeching thing, but to me, it's just a very practical reason why they do not speak the common tongue is because there is no one there speaking to them, and most likely they physically cannot because they are made of ice. Like they said in the books, it sounds like a cracking lake. So maybe when they speak, it's hard for them to speak the common tongue, or it maybe doesn't come across the same. But I don't know. I'm interested, guys, in knowing what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and tell me if you guys ever have Game of Thrones dreams, and if you don't, let me know as well. Also, I want to know what you guys think about this language thing, because I think that it will play big into the ending of the story, right? Because if the humans cannot communicate with the others and the White Walkers, one of them has to go. And my money's on the living, but I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comment section down below. Now, last week, guys, I asked you, how do you guys think Jon Snow's parentage will be revealed? And the comment that most stood out to me was from Asad Ismail. And basically this comment stuck out to me because it says, I think when Sam heads north, he meets Howland and takes him to Winterfell, where Bran will also confirm that Howland Reed was with Eddard to witness Jon's birth. Now, this is interesting to me, and I chose this one specifically because it brings Sam into the mix, which I did not think of, and it's a nice spin on it, and I really enjoy, uniqueness. So shout out to you, Assad, for the interesting comment, and thank you guys for leaving comments down below. And I asked like 2 questions here. You guys can leave the comments down below what you guys think on that, and if I like your comments, I'll put you up on the next video. As always, guys, it's a true pleasure doing these videos. Love you guys. My name is Ray, and peace.